Imagine if you were a musical artist and you were told, like back in the day, that you were going to go on stage after Michael Jackson, or you're going to go on stage after Prince, or even today, hey, guess what? You're going on stage after U2, or you're going on stage after Bruno Mars. It wouldn't be very easy. It'd be a very hard task to complete. And that's pretty much the task that Gareth Edwards had to do with this new Star Wars movie, Rogue One, a Star Wars story. I mean, last year we saw The Force Awakens, directed by J.J. Abrams, which was probably one of the best Star Wars movies that we've ever seen. And then along comes Rogue One, which is a standalone movie, and it had to basically kind of measure up to what The Force Awakens was, because now Disney has invested billions in this franchise. Obviously, it wants it to be successful. So, okay, Gareth Edwards, we know that your biggest movie to date was Godzilla, but you know what? Have at it. And I have to say, Gareth Edwards does a pretty good job. Now, this is an interesting film because it's not following the sequence of the other films. It's not following along. It's not in episode 8 that's coming out next year. It's a complete standalone movie. Now, as far as the timeline of Star Wars goes, it fits in between episodes 3 and episodes 4. Not a spoiler, it's kind of a known fact. And in this movie, we meet some characters that, of course, are dealing with the Empire. And one of the characters, and specifically played by Felicity Jones, has a reason why she needs to deal with the Empire. So I'm not going to give too much away there. What I'd rather talk about, instead of getting into plot points, is talking about how well the acting was in this movie. In other movies, I mean, we've seen, like last year, we brought back Han Solo. There were a couple of new actors, but there were a lot of, familiar faces, the usual suspects like Chewbacca and C-3PO. In this movie, we're seeing characters that we haven't seen before for the most part. And for them to come and establish themselves right away and give us a reason to care about them wasn't an easy task, especially since we had so many fan favorites in the series. But they did a good job of doing that. Where this movie slips up a little bit is that it's a little over 2 hours, about 2 hours and 50 minutes, and it feels like 2 hours and 15 minutes. There are parts in this movie that just drag. Consensus leaving the film, where I was in an elevator full of people, and everyone was talking about how long the movie felt. But the flip side of the coin is that I saw this film tonight at one of the VIP properties here in Ottawa. Talked to a buddy of mine who saw it at another screening, and she's telling me about how the audience is cheering and they're going crazy. And here I'm at the VIP theater, and it kind of felt like a library. So there's that as well. Overall, I think this is a decent movie, and it's a good addition to the Star Wars franchise. It would be pretty much impossible for a movie to be as good as The Force Awakens the following year. But this movie is very good. Should you go and see it? Of course you should see it. You should see anything that has Star Wars attached to the title. I enjoyed this movie. We could have shortened it up a little bit, but overall, very decent film. Very good standalone film. To sandwich a movie in between two already established movies and kind of like link the parts together is not an easy task. We learned that with episodes 1, 2, and 3, but this movie did a really good job. It did a much better job than those ones did, but I guess it had something to learn off of. I give this movie a B. Not bad at all. Definitely go to the theaters and check it out. Maybe IMAX, maybe 3D. I don't necessarily know if you want to go see it in VIP, because anytime you see a Star Wars movie, you kind of want to lose your mind and start screaming and having a good time. If you get a chance to see this, and I'm thinking you're gonna, I want to know what you think. CFL_fan on Twitter, Facebook.com/WittyWhittier, and WittyWhittier.com. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for checking out this blog. May the Force be with you. And until next time, I'll see you at the movies.